Have you ever noticed something strange about money? Some people seem to move toward it almost effortlessly, while others feel like they're pushing against an invisible wall. They work hard, they try different ideas, they stay busy. Yet somehow, money still feels far away. Not impossible, just hard. But what if the difficulty isn't really about effort? What if the real reason making money feels so hard has nothing to do with your intelligence, your background, or even your work ethic? And everything to do with something far more subtle, your relationship with money itself. Let's talk about it. The problem for many people, making money feels like climbing a hill that never ends. You start motivated, you set goals, you work long hours. You tell yourself that if you just keep going, things will eventually change. But after a while, something strange happens. Progress slows, the excitement fades, and the journey begins to feel heavier than it should. It's not that you're lazy. In fact, most people trying to improve their financial lives are working harder than ever. The real issue is something deeper, because making money is not just a financial process, it's a psychological one. And psychology often decides whether money feels easy or exhausting. That the hidden psychology most people grow up learning two quiet messages about money. The first message is simple. Money is difficult to get. You hear it everywhere growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work extremely hard for money. Life is expensive. None of these statements are meant to harm you. But over time, they form a belief, a quiet assumption inside your mind. Money must be difficult. And when your mind believes something is difficult, it prepares you for struggle. The second message is even more powerful. Money is tied to survival, rent, food, bills, debt. Because of this, money becomes emotional. It stops being a tool and starts feeling like pressure. Now every decision feels heavier. Every risk feels dangerous. Every opportunity feels uncertain. So instead of moving calmly toward money, your brain begins to protect you from losing it. And protection often looks like hesitation. Why hard work isn't always the answer. Many people respond to financial stress the same way. They work harder. More hours, more hustle, more exhaustion. But something interesting happens when work becomes pure survival. Your mind becomes narrow. You stop seeing possibilities. You only see immediate tasks. Bills, deadlines, responsibilities. This is called survival mode. And in survival mode, your brain is not designed to create wealth. It's designed to reduce danger, which means your decisions become smaller, safer, more cautious. And while caution protects you, it rarely leads to financial growth. This is one of the quiet reasons money can feel so difficult. Not because you're incapable, but because your mind is operating under pressure. The wealth mindset. Shift. Now consider something different. Think about people who eventually build wealth. They are not always the smartest, not always the most talented. They see it as movement, a tool, a system, something that flows. This small shift changes everything. When money is a tool, you experiment. When money is survival, you protect. And experimentation is what often leads to growth. The wealthy mindset isn't about loving money. It's about understanding it calmly, without fear, without desperation, without urgency. Why calm people often make better money? Decisions. There is an interesting pattern you will notice if you observe successful people carefully. Many of them appear calm, not rushed, not frantic, not desperate. This isn't because they don't care about money. It's because they understand something powerful. Money tends to follow clarity, and clarity rarely exists in chaos. When your mind is calm, you begin to notice things others overlook. Opportunities, trends, ideas, connections. Instead of asking, how do I survive this month? You start asking, how do systems make money over time? And that question alone changes the entire direction of your financial life. The invisible weight one of the reasons making money feels heavy is because many people carry invisible emotional weight around it. Shame, comparison, fear of failure, fear of judgment. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you see others online appearing successful. Maybe you feel like you should already be further in life. These emotions quietly drain energy. And when your energy is drained, everything feels harder. Even things that could be simple. Money doesn't just respond to effort, it responds to clarity, patience, and consistency. But emotional pressure makes consistency difficult, which is why many people start strong, then slowly stop. A different way to think about money. Imagine approaching money the way a scientist approaches an experiment. Not emotionally, just curiously. You try something, you observe the result. You adjust, then try again. No shame, No pressure, just learning. Over time, something interesting happens. You stop chasing money desperately and start understanding how it works. You begin to see patterns, skills that create value, problems people are willing to pay to solve, systems that generate income even when you're not actively working. This is when money begins to feel lighter. Not easy, but lighter. To a quiet truth about wealth. There is a quiet truth about wealth that few people talk about. The goal is not to make money feel urgent. The goal is to make it feel normal, something you understand, something you manage, something that grows slowly through systems and patience. Because when money stops feeling like a constant emergency, your thinking becomes clearer, and clear thinking often leads to better opportunities. Your reflection, so, if making money has felt hard for you, pause for a moment, not to judge yourself, but to reflect. Ask yourself a few quiet questions. Am I operating from pressure or from curiosity? Am I chasing quick money or learning how money actually works? Am I trying to escape stress or build systems that remove it? These questions may seem simple, but they slowly shift your relationship with money. And when that relationship changes, your financial life often begins to change too. Making money will always require effort. There's no way around that. But effort alone is rarely the full story. Your mindset, your emotional relationship with money, your ability to stay calm while others panic. These things shape your financial future far more than most people realize. So instead of asking why money feels so hard, try asking a quieter question. What can I understand about money today and that I didn't understand yesterday? Because understanding compounds, just like money, and over time, both begin to grow. If this video gave you a new perspective on money and mindset, consider subscribing to the channel. This space is for calm, thoughtful conversations about wealth, psychology, and building a better financial future. No hype, just understanding. And sometimes, understanding is the beginning of everything.